We're on our way to the War Council now.
Eyes like embers. It raised his hand and pointed a finger
I've had
at
to... I actually did this recording yesterday. But I've had to redo it.
Greetings, colleague. I'm Urso, rat catcher. Traps of all sorts, for mice and for trolls, at a special discount for witches.
Thank you, Urso. Let's see, we got the harpy trap yesterday. Rage causes foe to attack each other. That actually would be quite good. Roll balance dagger, dancing star. Okay, and those we've all got. Flare. It eliminates the surrounding area. So I've had to redo. Well, I'm needing to redo the whole section that I did yesterday for some reason.
Rains these days.
I don't even remember it raining while I was outside, but okay.
It only ever rains these days.
I don't know what happened, but I was recording. It went great. I double checked every. Oh, it's raining.
Hello, Witcher.
It went great. I ended the recording and everything, and I don't know what. It just decided my face cam didn't save the recording. Well, my PC didn't save my face cam recording, and now when I see that I reloaded in, I wanted to go back. It had saved none of my progress from yesterday either, so I don't know. I guess it was a really bad Monday to record. Because nothing actually saved. The game didn't save, my face cam didn't save. Clearly I'm just never meant to
You
record
missed quite
on
a scrap,
Monday.
gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. There was a struggle and the prince was wounded.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow. It may even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be
Wraiths
made
have already
penitent?
emerged.
With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes, but I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for
Exorcise
myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Of course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, milady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war. Ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft. More scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Let me be clear, you're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
it's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well,
How many?
we dwarves are near 200. But don't judge us by our number.
1,000 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
My lords?
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5 to 1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many. But we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better.
I was about to say we have better.
Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael.
Enter the mysterious. Enter Yorvith. Man knows how to make an entrance.
Gentlemen,
Everyone's
I
like,
give you
"No."
Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the
Murderer.
North's best archers await your orders, Dragonslayer.
You wished for archers? Here they are.
I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves. But even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon.
He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
And so
He's
in
been
yours.
fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorvith to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadweni for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Yorvith stays.
Bloody hell. Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye.
Nay, you killed my men, elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
It's kill or be killed. It's
All right.
what was he supposed to
For
do?
the sake of better times, and for Kedwin's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
I just realised now that Henselt never drank. Everyone else took a swig, but not Henselt.
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads! A litter!
A letter. When I played this yesterday, it wasn't raining. It was actually sunshine. There was no rain.
She ceased casting spells.
So it's cool that it incorporates the weather. Hello.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking, I've slowed her life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
It's a lobster Thaumadour.
Antidote must exist.
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Like
Not
every
ordinary
spell.
blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
We could use Letho right now.
Well, I mean, we do have Henselt. What? No, not Henselt. What is his name, man? Demavan's son. Stennis. He's the one that didn't drink when everyone else took a swig. But we could use his... You know, we could use his blood.
The nearest
Truly?
king is on the other
'Cause he
side of
is-
the Mist of Wraiths.
Demavan's
You misunderstood
son.
me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required. Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great. I shall employ self-healing genetic therapy that will teach Saskia's body how to rid itself of the poison.
You'll have her drink human blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her heart.
That's brutal.
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the Immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
Where will we find immortelles?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The Immortelle will help restore them.
Triss had a rose of remembrance.
Yeah,
She
got
claimed
one.
the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe, who
memory.
succeeded in cultivating the roses, enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find. What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
That's awesome.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
All right, all right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source. Find something.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable. May I count on your help, Geralt?
You may.
Yeah, of
What
course.
about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spectres to their rest. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe you'll learn something.
In that case, I shall search for the poisoner.
Okay. You've got a little render line running across your neck. It's
Only
not
Philippa
looking so good.
Eilhart may enter.
Okay. I'd love to see how you fight with this thing dangling in front of your face. Okay. We'll explore a bit. Find out some things a bit. One thing I also did notice is I noticed like when I play the graphics look superbly well, but for some reason in edits it looks like absolute shit. I don't know what's causing that. So I've kind of tried to tweak some of my settings. I don't know, because it's not the game, it's the way it records, and I don't know why. No.
Huh?
Okay, this leads to the other side, and it's just going to take us down there. So we'll start this side. So I don't know why it does that in edit. I'll try remedy it, because when I went through the recording from yesterday, I saw this entire town while I was running through. It was blurry.
People of Vergen,
I don't know.
we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures. So anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia. And so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and
That's me.
Sorceress Philippa Eilhart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
Okay. We'll start this side, because this one you have to come back to get back in the city.
My pentacles intrigue you?
Indeed. I'd like to see them up close.
Let's
like
start
to
with
see them up
introductions
close.
then. I'm Felicia Corey, and you're Geralt of Rivia. Why the surprised face? I heard about you in school. Whether you like it or not, you're a hero of contemporary history and of the love stories we read beneath our blankets.
You studied at Aretusa?
Yes, though I'm still to finish my potion and fetish internship, which is why I'm here.
What the hell is a
And you're doing
fetish
it under Philip
internship?
Eilhart's watchful eye. Any way I can help you?
Help from a hero of our readings? Now that's drawing on sources for real.
For real?
I'd be grateful. The locals are reluctant to buy magic items, and I really need to pass.
Let's see what I can do.
Yeah, let's see. Firstly, I'd like to change my hairstyle. I would like a squirrel's tail. It was $30 yesterday, not 40. Yeah. The price went up since I played. It's strange how it keeps changing. Like, now that I've played yesterday and I'm playing the exact same path today, I actually noticed the differences how it changes things. Okay, this we're gonna sell because we don't need it. This is quest items. She does sell a quest item as well, surgical tool, so we'll just buy it for in case. Diagrams, I'm not really... We'll buy whatever we need, because we need to be saving this. You'll see why in a bit. But if we need to craft something for a craft item, we'll just come here. Just remember.
It's not raining on the kid went.
A dwarf witcher.
At your service.
That actually would be something, a dwarf witcher.
Greetings.
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 You repair armor, right?
Right.
You
Right.
work just for your elves?
Right.
Not just.
Oh, not just.
You don't say much, do you?
No.
And they said you're grumpy.
Okay, he also can craft things. He sells some good armor. Okay, so we're gonna change the trousers. Because the trousers, we don't have an additional armor. Our gauntlets, I remember, you'd think that I did this yesterday, I'd remember, but the gauntlets we've got on already provide us a lot. The Darien one, the new one I want to put on is 14 compared to the 7 that we've got. We'll just add an enhancement to it. Our leather boots as well has an additional armor, and then yeah, that's it. Then we'll just add, I think I added the dwarven enhancement because we pick up another one along the way here in our searches and stuff. This one I want to save for the dragon hide armor, because that you don't get often. So we'll do that, so it can add an additional 2. So now we've got 16 armor against us, which is going to help a lot.
But how do such places
Ta-da! Look at us! There's our new hairstyle, there's our new outfit.
Emotions and desires.
We just look so
The
dashing.
guilty and
I
innocent.
just want to sell what I just put on. There we go. 222.
Injustice.
Great. We are so broke. And we need 3-6.
sorceresses. They do.
Yeah, I do.
Witcher.
Hello.
Oh, another traveller.
Mm-hmm.
From where? Wait, let me guess.
From Temeria.
Had it at the tip of my tongue.
Sure.
So, what brings you to Bergen? Wait, I know.
Business.
Just what I thought.
Sure.
And you're...
A witcher.
Well, well. We don't often see witches here. What do witches do anyway?
We solve problems.
That's why you don't see many, because you
I have
don't
a
know what
problem
you're
with
looking
my
for.
boyfriend.
Did you find his entrails strewn on the porch and his head a few paces away? Because those are the kind of problems I solve.
Blunt as ever. Blunt as ever. Oh yeah, she just sells junk items. I don't know why I'd want to buy junk. What purpose do I have for that? Okay.
Emo!
I forgot he's the one that calls me emo for no reason. Why is everyone standing and staring at a wall? This is some kind of rain, huh? Sweetie, I'm used to running in the rain. I'm a witcher. I've got to travel no matter what weather is out there. So that one's 1522. We can craft or buy a sword. That's 33. But also the diagram for it is very expensive. Okay, we'll just sell all of this. It's not much orans, but it's orans we did not have. Hello, my baby Orvith.
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Greetings. So, tell me, what is Philippa doing in
What
Bergen?
could Philippa want? Why does she care about Bergen being free, independent?
Like all sorceresses, she likes to dabble in politics. Not one of them would hesitate to sacrifice another life if it furthered their goals.
Quite a one-sided opinion. All? None? Life's rather colorful. It's not all black and white.
Shades of grey, I think.
Says the witch that
I have
only
no
many sees things
illusions
in black
about
and white.
mages. You know the fate which the Queen of the Valley of Flowers reserved for the Elven youth. Enid Anglina, known also as Francesca Finderbear, another sorceress. In exchange for the creation of an Elven kingdom in Dolblathana, she sent the Scoia'tael to be butchered, while attacking Nilfgaard's foes from the rear. She had a chance to call it off. She could have opposed the Emperor of Nilfgaard and summoned the squirrels to defend the Valley of Flowers.
Why didn't she?
In the name of a higher purpose. It's what the Emperor wanted. That's why we became bandits after the war. That's why elves are dying. Our young murdered by the likes of Roach. And that's why I cannot trust Philippa Eilhart.
Roach could be on the other side of the fog.
In that case, I'll finally get him. I came close in Flotsam.
Okay, have you been
Been after
hunting him
for a
long?
while.
Ever since he became leader of the Blue Stripes. During his first mission as commander, he ambushed one of my units, cut it down to the last elf. Surprised me for the first and last time. I've been more cautious since then.
Oh.
You do realize that a dozen others will replace him when he's gone. Possibly dirtier foes, possibly worse.
Better to have a known enemy, you say? That doesn't apply to Vernon. A more determined demon has never walked upon this earth. The longer he is active, the better he gets. I must put an end to it.
Yeah. Well, it's also a case of, you know, even though there are others like him out there, at least there's one less on this earth.
So it's a personal matter. Vengeance. A theme straight out of Dandelion's ballads.
The safety of the Scoia'tael demands his death. Of the commanders first appointed to such units, he's the only one still alive.
I noticed there's no Temerian emblem in your collection.
We should not claim something's done when it is not.
Fair point. Why are you fighting?
Tell me
for
about
Saskia?
this Dwan for whom the Scoia'tael are ready to do battle.
Saskia. She's no Dwan. Certainly not like the others.
You do sound a little bit in love.
You've seen her. I doubt I need to explain.
She's fighting for a Pontar Valley for dwarves, elves, and humans alike. I thought you despised humans.
I may only be a warrior, but I'm no fool. This is the best we can hope for now, and it's better than the Valley of Flowers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember
I
Yavin
once
from
met
number
another
one.
Scoia'tael leader.
Yavin. I knew him. He had beautiful dreams.
He was
and
also a
desperately
nice
wanted
elf
me
to
to
work
share
with.
them. Asked the same of you, I heard.
You know a lot about me.
I try to know as much as I can. About everyone.
I helped him. I found his reasons just.
Because they are. But they're equally unrealistic. Yavin saw combat and killing as poetry, whereas war is prose with no place for beauty. How is it that we're on the same side today?
Things change. Today I have different goals and different allies.
Yeah, I follow where the winning team is apparently.
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's what witches
The
do.
fortifications and dwarven devices are simply not enough to hold off the Kedwennies. They are just too many.
What do you plan to do?
You'll see. One thing I can promise. I won't break any pledge I've made.
At least he's being honest. Like, do you think we can win this war? No. But I have a plan up my sleeve.
Have you ever been to the Valley of Flowers?
Dolblathana is nothing more than a vassal state of the Nilfgaardian Emperor. They call it the land of free elves, but the Scoia'tael are not welcome. It's another in a string of painful lessons. But a free Pontar Valley could change that. It's been 5 years since the kingdom was established in Dolblathana. Over 2,000 elves have settled there. Do you know how many children they've produced? A dozen or so. It's no longer the Valley of Flowers. It's the Valley of Sterile Elders.
I'd love to see you tell Francesca that.
Uh,
Anything new about Letho?
No, but I wager he's somewhere on the other side of the fog. I can feel it.
I can feel it. You know, it makes me think of the show, one of the shows based off of Harlan Coben's works. The guy's like, I can feel it in my piss.
You haven't had a
So,
chance
whenever
to
someone says I can feel it in my bones, I think about that.
This is a good time.
I suppose I owe it to you, Geralt.
Hmm.
I don't know who they are exactly, nor who they're working for. I met Letho 2 months ago. He had escaped his pursuers in Edirn, found me and suggested we trade services. Our scouts and forest hideaways in exchange for the heads of Foltest and Hensel. A good offer to begin with that only became better when we revealed only part of our secrets. It then turned out that Letho was not alone. Seret and orcs were meant to kill Hensel. My warriors were to help them. As you know, this never came to pass.
Well, thank you. You're doing a good job searching for that poisoner, just by the way. Or are you just taking a breather? Bummer, baby, over.
Life. Shove off.
You shove off. The owls are actually a lot more friendlier than you know that.
Bloody weather.
Yeah. I'm not stalking him. I'm here for other
Wet
business.
squirrels. Really funny.
Who said that?
Partisans lot.
Oh, excuse me, miss. Sorry to bug you.
Kedmil.
Greetings. What are you doing out here this late?
She's snoozing. What do you do? You could just see her sleeping.
About what?
About the approaching fight.
As long as the mist of wraiths is up, there won't be a fight.
Yeah.
I ponder something else. We women must leave the shadows. When fighting, we're equal to men. But off the battlefield.
That's rude. You think highly of your skills.
Don't let me bother you. Godspeed.
Vafail, Witcher.
Oh. I just mean to say, is that what you mean? That we don't see eye to eye? I didn't mean to say like, okay, well, I don't see your point of view. Goodbye. That was a bit of a misleading conversation.
Wet squirrels. Really funny.
Partisans lot.
Why are you standing by them then? Hello. Hello. Okay. That way, this way I think leads out. Yeah, that leads out. That's where the harpies are. That we need to attend to. But I just need to see. I'm sure someone sells a book about harpies. I can't remember. I went through all the merchants yesterday, but I didn't come across anyone that's got a harpy book. Right, so that's that side of town. Let's go speak to Stennis. Ooh. I will take the orange and I'll leave the rest. Orange. Okay. Knock knock. Yesterday I kind of pissed him off about politics and then he didn't want to speak to me
Pray
further.
tell, what compels you to disturb the Prince of Edirn, Witcher?
I have a few questions.
And you believe I should
Oh.
answer them instead of setting my dogs on you?
Excuse
Your
me.
Royal Highness has enough foes. Here, abroad, in Vengerberg.
The intricacies of succession are not something I wish to discuss with an itinerant monster slayer.
Well, would you like to deal with the monsters yourself with the knowledge that you do not even have? Speaks to me like I'm below peasants even. It makes me think of that TikTok audio that how do you spell chauffeur? And there's like chauffeur and it's like, oh well, fancy pants, fuck you. Yeah, that audio would suit him perfectly. Anyways, you're an ass, and so this, I need to know what's happening in politics, unfortunately. It kind of pissed him off a little bit. So we'll start with these and then maybe still reach the royal blood, because he does give us some good information with this. About the
I'm
curse.
trying to figure out where this fog came from. What exactly happened here 3 years ago?
Hensel's mages committed mass murder. A dark day for the knighthood and all people of honor. But it was honor that allowed us to survive. There was no defeat, no victory. Honor stood against wickedness, virtue against black magic.
You took part in that battle?
My father stayed in the capital. He was to defend Vengerberg. I took to the field. I wanted to stop Henselt before he crossed the Pontar, but I was too late. So I decided to await him at Vergen. Henselt's army was exhausted. We would have triumphed if not for that heinous act. Henselt had mages with him, and they cast a treacherous spell on the entire battlefield. A fiery rain fell from the heavens. Destructive, murderous embers which brought the battle to an end. I gathered the few survivors and withdrew deep into the country. The soldiers were terrified, but Henselt showed no desire to pursue.
Only a master mage could have cast such a powerful spell, and I suspect he could not have accomplished it alone.
I remember Sabrina Glevesig. Through the flames I saw her observing the carnage from her mount, dressed in a hunting suit. Straight-backed, dispassionate.
Sabrina. If I remember correctly, she's Henselt's advisor.
Was. Henselt condemned her to death for casting that spell. The Kedwenis roasted in their armor, just the same way the Edurnians did.
What a
You
way
know
to
what
go.
struck me when all hell broke loose? What I found astonishing and even amusing. Going into battle, we sang our Edurnian songs. They intoned their Kedweni hymns to Creve. But when fire descended from the sky, our cries of pain were no different. We all wailed as humans. For an instant, the magnitude of the tragedy brought together our two warring nations.
I still have no idea where the spectral fog came from.
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You know, it's like they say, you know, some people are all about, you know, judging others and everything, but in the end, or thinking they're better than others, but in the end, our graves are the same, we bleed the same blood, you know, so we're not actually all that different as a human. Succession is the topic of choice in every inn in the country. I think let's first ask him for his blood.
I need royal blood.
As you know, I've yet to be crowned.
But blood of your royal ancestors flows through your veins.
Well, true, but that doesn't mean I'll shed a drop for some vagabond. Are you a witcher or a vampire?
I need
It's
it to
for
save
Saskia.
I need it to live. Don't bother me with such audacious proposals.
It's a fucking drop of blood. A drop of blood. Not your whole entire body. Wait for events to unfold. Okay. Well, seeing that you're such an ass, I'm not gonna piss you off.
Succession is the topic of choice in about every inn in the country. I don't know for sure, but I think the hangman of Vengerberg was the last to claim the throne.
My patience has its limits, and at present, only my respect for Lady Saskia restrains my anger. Come to the point, or leave me be.
This dude is really obnoxious. Why aren't you in the capital? Don't change your subject. I feel like pissing him off further.
Don't change the subject, Prince.
So be it. Let us set our differences aside and speak as equals.
Thank you.
And tell me what you're doing so far away from the capital. Why aren't you in Vengerberg being crowned?
Well, sadly, my position is not strong there. My father emboldened the nobles. The great families have decided in this hour, so critical for the realm, to revolt.
Oh, great.
Your title to the throne is indisputable.
Edirn has become a lawless land, ruled by those who wield might, by those whom people follow. I intend to show just how worthy I am of the crown, and thus claim what's mine.
By returning to Vengerberg a hero, there should be no shortage of opportunities here.
Yeah.
I don't like your tone, Witcher.
I was just saying. Now for the ultimate sentence that pisses
You
him
might
off.
be surprised, Prince, but I have more political experience than I'd like.
The famous Geralt of Rivia, invited to the table by Calanth, Foltest's little favourite. I've heard you've even parleyed with the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Think I'm impressed?
No.
Calanth is
and I don't
dead.
care.
Meve curses your name when she hears it. Foltest was murdered before your very eyes, and the Emperor, as I heard it, he thought you insignificant.
Are you going somewhere with this?
Indeed. You should know that a king sometimes needs a hired thug to take care of dirtier deeds.
Exactly,
If the
I'm that
thug is
man.
naive enough, instead of reaching into his purse, the king buys him with virtuous words, the flash of his rings, pledges of friendship. And when, having done his deed, the thug departs, swaggering proudly like a peacock, the king discreetly giggles. Truly, I never thought you could be so pitiful.
What is this man smoking?
Get out!
Get out. Leave
Get
me be.
out!
This man is seriously on some egotistical ride. Okay, we'll buy this one and then the Darian light sword. So we'll sell these. Okay. And then we'll have enough to buy the robust yellow meteorite sword. We'll just need to find 8 silver ore, then we can basically craft it. Because we've got everything else. Let's do it. Great. Thank you. So we'll put that there. And then sun rune. Plus 5 damage. Got a moon rune, which is damage bonus on signs, and earth rune, 25 vitality and block. Let's put an earth rune. Yeah. And we can put a moon rune on this one for now until we can craft that other one. Yeah. Great. Dun-dun-dun. Search. Oh, I need a key. Damn it. Where am I gonna find a key? Oh, this is the gates. I think this is where what's her name is? Yeah, this is where Philip is. Are you guys being naughty? Yeah, I could do with a massage too. Would she like, can I like stand in queue? Am I interrupting something?
What is it, Witcher?
Who is that girl?
Cynthia.
Who is that
a leashed
girl?
sorceress.
A charming expression. Do you also use muzzles?
Leash means a connection between a sorceress and her assistant. An unfortunate term, I admit, but it explains how things are. Cynthia can tap my power, use my spells. She's a conduit. And she's learning along the way.
She's a conduit.
It's convenient, and except for the name, not derisive at all. But you're not here to talk about Cynthia.
No, I have a number of other questions. I want to know what you're doing.
How is it that King
Eden?
Radovid's court sorceress and advisor is supporting a rebellion in Edirn?
This has grown into more than a simple rebellion, Witcher. Prince Stennis' arrival here confirmed Saskia's right to represent Edirn.
Saskia isn't fighting for Edirn, but for the Pontar Valley. Even Prince Stennis considers you rebels. He hasn't moved against you because war with Kedwen hangs by a thread. Why are you here, Sorceress of Tretogor?
It is my duty. If Henselt occupies the Pontar Valley, Redania and Temeria will respond strongly. The North will disintegrate, its unity gone. A dark scenario that is nevertheless avoidable, provided Saskia is successful and wins the Valley's independence.
Even if she thwarts Henselt, there'll be no independence without agreement from Redania and Temeria.
Temeria's expansionist plans melted away with Foltest's death. Redania's ruler is unpredictable, but even he'll have to respect a victory. I'm here to make this victory a fact.
Okay.
Is what they say true? Did Saskia kill a dragon?
Prince Stennis decorated her for it at the court in Vengerberg, so it appears to be true. If you want to know the details, talk to Biggerhorn. Apparently he witnessed it.
Okay.
Have you heard about a Witcher's school? Apparently the Viper's their sign.
No, why do you ask?
The Kingslayer wears a medallion adorned with a viper.
Pretentious and childish for my taste. He can't be very smart.
Well, he's quite, he's got quite a bit of brute.
A sorceress like you ought to know bundles about the wild hunt.
A sorceress's knowledge has nothing to do with superstitions.
The hunt's not a superstition.
True, the phenomenon seems to exist.
I want to know everything there is to know about it.
It's strictly atmospheric. It doesn't interest me. Just as whirlwinds, whirlpools, and snowfalls do not interest me.
Great, thank you. So then, let's start
I'm
with
looking for Triss. Letho forced her to teleport near Vergen.
Letho?
Foltest's killer, perhaps Demavend's too. Will you help me find her?
Certainly. We sorceresses must stick together. We have too many enemies.
Triss contacted you through Sheila de Tanzerville's megascope while in Flotsam.
And I haven't heard from her since.
Can you locate her?
A megascope responds to a person's aura. If I had something of hers, I could find her. You were close to her. Maybe you have something.
No, I don't have anything.
He doesn't keep
Not
memorabilia.
good. Wait. A local drunkard claims he saw a redhead fall out of the sky. This could be a lead.
Fall out of the sky? Triss is hardly the only redhead around.
I never heard of flying women before.
Perhaps they're just drunken delusions. It's possible, however, that an unstable teleport ejected Triss near the town.
As it's our only lead, I'll talk to this drunkard. Do you know him?
I'm not used to associating with drunkards, but you'll likely find him in the inn.
Thank you.
Come back as soon as you learn anything.
Yeah, I will, but I'm still...
You wanted to discuss something?
Yeah, I'm still busy having a conversation with you, woman. I have some
At the
questions about
council,
curse.
you mentioned artifacts were needed to undo the curse.
But I can't look for them now.
Yeah, because you're too busy getting your
I can do
shoulders
that.
massaged.
Why?
I have my reasons. Tell me something. What happened here 3 years ago?
Henselt attacked Edern, but met his match. Nobody won that war. Sabrina Glefisig got into a conflict with the commander-in-chief of the Kedweni forces, and this led to both armies being routed. Fireballs turned the battlefield into a flaming tomb. Henselt accused Sabrina of using a forbidden weapon.
And Sabrina cursed Henselt.
I think so. I suspect the curse got out of hand because of the circumstances.
Circumstances? The stars weren't right, wrong phase of the moon. There's always an excuse for simple bungling.
She placed the curse while burning at the stake. Her hands and feet nailed to a wagon wheel. I'd say she did a good job, considering.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Did you notice? Not all the ghosts were aggressive.
Yes. Most just disappeared when they touched the aura of a living person.
I think the curse corrupts the ghosts of the fallen and turns them into draugrs.
Is that the Witcher's professional name for wraiths?
Draugrs are demons of war. They arise at sites of exceptionally vicious, bloody battles. Their bloodlust and hatred in condensed form.
Can you kill them by conventional means?
A silver sword is enough for a draugr, but as long as the curse remains active, new ones will arise. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If I could turn the tide of the battle...
For that you'll need symbols of war belonging to those who fell in battle. Hatred, death, courage, and faith. All artifacts must be magically active and connected to the fallen, or they won't lure the ghosts.
Right. I'll look around.
Finding 2 will be enough. Get the symbols of hatred and death and leave the rest to me.
I'd prefer courage and faith.
Don't fuss.
I'll see what I can do. Cecil seems to know a lot about the area. Know anything about blood curses?
Do you?
We're dealing with a 4th level curse, also known as the Curse of the Archmistress.
Well, well, I'm impressed.
Thing is,
know which
until
way,
now
I
I
do
thought
know
it was
some
only a
things.
myth, that such a curse couldn't be cast.
You thought wrong. There are 6 confirmed cases of this curse being inflicted.
What about confirmed cases of it being lifted?
1. Achieved by a team of sorcerers led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, hence the curse's other name. Sabrina Glevizig was on the team.
Small world.
That's not all. The curse investigated by Francesca and Sabrina was designed to end the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. They were cursed by Scarlet Rodalega, a complete madman, but very talented. An eclipse and wraiths also accompanied his curse.
So Sabrina's curse is just a knockoff Rodalega.
Exactly.
Can Francesca's experience help us?
Certainly. I know the symbols and the workings of the curse thanks to her.
Care to explain? I'm the one risking my neck.
You'll have to relive the battle and change its course at the right moment. I don't know exactly what will happen. Nobody does.
Yeah. Ripple effect.
I'll look for those artifacts. I'm good for now. I'll let you know when I learn something.
Okay, but hang on.
You wanted...
Yeah, we still have
You
this
said
one.
we'd need a magical object to cure Saskia. Any ideas where I might start looking?
Magical items do not grow on trees, as you know.
Yeah.
Luckily, this area has a long history. There's the Battle of Wraiths, the site of Sabrina Glevisig's death and suffering, the abandoned mines.
I was hoping you'd be specific.
I won't ask you to traipse around with a divining rod, but please try to be a little inventive. Ask the locals, that's always a good place to start. I dare say Alderman Burden knows every last stone in the area. Maybe you should see him.
Okay. Thank you. That is everything.
My medallion.
Yeah, your medallion's vibrating, and I have orange to steal. Don't need that. Oh, hello. How much does a magic course cost these days?
Who are you?
I'm Cynthia, a mage in training. Philippa is my mentor.
My condolences.
No need for that. True, she's a demanding mistress, but she can also be charming. Besides, she's the best there is, Witcher. She has no equals, excepting perhaps the old elven sorceresses. You should see her cast spells. Light and graceful she is. Not like that old tart de Tanzaville.
Right.
You know Sheila?
I've seen her cast spells. I've seen all the great sorceresses at work. Sheila's quite manly in her style. Precise, logical, exceptionally composed. But she lacks grace and suppleness.
And she wears
Is
this
that
weird,
your
like,
opinion? Or are you just
thingy.
repeating what Philippa says?
We agree in our assessment. Triss Marigold, on the other hand, is talented. But she lacks determination, courage, and a certain cold willfulness that seems necessary.
That's interesting.
Kira Metz and Margarita Lowe Antiel are both blasé, seemingly resigned. One's a hedonist and nymphomaniac, the other cares only about her school. They lost enthusiasm for magic long ago. Then there's Francesca Finderbear. Nobody really knows what the old she-elf is capable of. But she's clearly very powerful.
I take it Philippa has none of these flaws, but she must have some weakness.
Yeah, surely.
Ambition. Infinite, boundless, and burning like the Korath Desert.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how much does a magic course cost these days?
I'm certain you can't afford it, Witcher. Besides, you're too old.
No matter. I have a few of my own tricks as it is.
Exactly.
You mean Witcher's signs? Philippa can conjure up the illusion of a garden full of flowers, fruit trees, and young elves of both sexes copulating merrily all the day. And the illusion is complete. The flowers have an aroma. The fruit and she-elves are juicy.
Invite me over the next time she conjures up this garden. I'd gladly see it. Professional curiosity.
Naturally. But I doubt Philippa's in the mood for complicated illusions. She focuses all her efforts on Saskia.
Professional curiosity, you know? Well, thank you, Cynthia. You give free shoulder massages too. Okay, I think we're going to call it there. We'll head down to the tavern in the next video and kind of just speak to everyone there, see which townsfolk we can speak to. I just need to also make sure that it does save this time around, because I am not redoing this for a third time. Damn, we have a long list of things to look at. But what's great is some of these do get completed at the same time. So, we have hatred symbolized, which we can look at. I think I'll read them as we attend to them, so I don't stand and sit and read everything. We'll read as we tackle each thing. So we've got hatred symbolized, death symbolized, we've got the assassins of kings. We still gotta find Yarpin and Sheldon so that we can do their arm wrestling, show off our muscles. We need to find a Rose of Remembrance, a Source of the Power, an Immortal, and some Royal Blood. So we have a bit of a list to complete and do. Where's the Harpies thing? Oh, I still, because it's loaded in before where I saved previous episode, I just need to go fetch all those side quests as well, which I'll go do now. before we end it. And then we need to find Dunbanner's standard and Vandergrift's sword, then see Philippa about the remaining artifacts. We need to talk to the dwarf who saw Triss. I remember when we walked into the tavern though, someone did speak of a woman falling from the sky. The royal blood, it's a shame Philippa didn't demand a crocodile's tear and a sorceress's smile as ingredients of the antidote for Saskia. I believe the Witcher would have had an easier time obtaining either of these. As it was, he had to require some royal blood, literally. There were only 2 potential donors in the area, Henselt and Stennis. When Geralt asked Emma Van's son for some of his blood, he pointedly refused, even though he's with Saskia. He behaved in a pitiful way, for he could have saved the Dragonslayer's life without losing anything. But that's how Stennis was, arrogant and egotistical to the limits of possibility. Yeah, just another king with a big ego. Geralt could now only hope for another opportunity. Saskia's death seemed certain. Then we need to talk to the townsfolk about magical locations, and we need to find Zoltan at the inn, because then we'll be able to go into the mines, which is actually quite a little funny quest, actually. So initially, when I left it off yesterday, I said that we will go speak to Zoltan and we'll head off into the mines with him, because they go to you go see them, you speak to them, and they're like, well, let's go, and then you can't speak to them until that little section is done. So we will kick it off with that. We'll go speak to Zoltan, maybe quickly just speak to the guy that saw the woman fall out of the sky. I was about to say tree, fall out of the sky first, and then we'll go speak to Zoltan, and then see from there what else we can do. Oh, I forgot this dude also is at the inn. He speaks to you.
I must talk to you, Witcher.
Most certainly, you may. I thought we kind of just initiate conversation straight away, but it's fine. We'll speak to him first then when we start off. We'll start off right here, hopefully, if it saves properly. I'm just gonna save a couple of times. So then, that will be the end of that. We'll kick it off with speaking to the elf, then the man that saw the woman fall from the sky, because I think he's right by the door as you enter the tavern, and then we'll speak to Zoltan and do the little mine mission. And if we have some time, we'll see what other thing we can tackle from there. I really hope it saved this time, because as I went into the load menu to double check if it saved, it kicked me out of the fucking game. So yeah, let's hope this time it did save, and hopefully when I push the stop record button for my face cam, that also saves. I think it's just, maybe I'm just doomed to not ever record on a Monday. But we will see. That is it for this episode. We've gathered a number of information, like an overload of information of everything we need to do. We have a shit ton to do while we're here in Eden. A long grocery list, some side quests to help, hopefully boost some moolah in our pockets for that dragonhide armor, because that helps a lot. And then we just need to get some silver ore, which we should get in the mines when we go in the mines. So that we can craft our new Witcher sword. So, yeah. But that is it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to tag along with anything further on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!